Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Don't Believe the Hype. Donovan Sadiq and my partner in crime, Demetra K from the Demetra K Show. Demetra, last Sunday on your show, we talked about Mueller.
If the Mueller report actually was kind of like a Hail Mary for the ADOS movement.
Right. Did he help reparations? Helps get reparations?
Yeah, and I tried to explain it the best way I could. Eventually, people understood what I was saying.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. In regards to the Democrat Party, rather.
Right. You guys can check out Demetra K Friday, Sundays, 3 p.m. live. She's on Facebook. We are on Spotify. There's another platform that I have to get on. It's called Apple Live or something.
Oh, really?
So that's another platform we're going to be getting onto. Google Plus is now gone, so we can't do that anymore. But we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the other great platforms. But before we start, I want you guys to remember that don't believe the hype. People say, what is that about? Don't believe the hype is a saying that we used to say in the 90s. Public enemy, meaning don't believe the soundbite, don't believe what you see on the thing. Go investigate it for yourself. And we say on this show all the time, don't listen to what we say, research what we're saying, and have an opinion. So right now you guys are seeing, for those that can see us, we have a green screen behind us, but behind that green screen there's actually a window, and real life is going on behind that window. On this green screen I can show you guys anything I want to show you, and unfortunately a lot of people take that as, wow, truth, look what's going on over there. And it's really not. So like the Wizard of Oz, pull the curtain down and see what's really going on and form your own opinion. And every opinion is valid, but it doesn't mean it's right. So, so what I want to talk about today, then this is my segment of it. Again, welcome to everybody.
Which is, you guys are in suspense just like me. I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, she has no idea, and I got to do that because I've been trying to Ike Turner her.
It ain't gonna work.
Yeah, and she just doesn't want to do it.
And I've turned it to the Tina at the end of the movie.
Yeah, at the end, at the very end, when I'm on drugs and stuff. But the title of this segment is called "What is Wrong with You?" And what I want to talk about is something that I've been talking about. The last time we did the show, I was talking about how I've shut down the Bank of Donovan.
The Bank of Donovan.
And I'm not going to be doing it anymore. Shout out to my big brother who's probably listening to the podcast, the Malloy family. My grandmother, grandfather's birthday's coming up. The guy's still running around, kicking, doing what he's doing. Good to see you guys on the show. But what is wrong with you?
You asking that of me or just in general?
Just in general.
We got only 45 minutes.
Right. That's the title of the show. We always say on this show, stop talking about it and just go do it.
Okay.
And just go do it. And proof is in the pudding, correct?
Correct.
Start where you are.
Start where you are, what you have.
The journey of 1,000 steps, start with the first footstep, right? So what is wrong with you actually is, here's what happened to you. Here's what happened to me.
What happened? What?
This ain't the tea. This is the coffee.
That's the vodka.
The Irish coffee.
It's the Thunderbird.
Yeah. This is what happened to me. I had a friend call me, and obviously she didn't see the show last week.
Oh, God.
And she said, hey, I'm in this situation. Do you think you can help me out? And I said, well, unfortunately...
Well, give us the tea. Give us the tea.
I'm giving you the tea.
What was the situation, brother?
Well, she's in a financial situation, and she needs to borrow some money.
Okay.
And I said, well, unfortunately,
that's her calling you right now. Talking about, you ain't going to be talking about me.
Right. I don't know why people call when they know I'm doing the show right now. So anyway... But by the way, we are going to start the call-in part if you want to call in and do all that. But anyway, so she says she's in this bind and this thing. So I said, okay. I said, look, unfortunately, you didn't hear the show, and this is what's going on, and let me see what I can do. Let me see what's going on. She says, well, I've got this, got that, right? I said, oh wow, this woman has a car note due $300-something.
Okay.
Her insurance is $300-something.
Why is their insurance so high?
She's a very bad driver.
Wow.
So, the minute I heard that...
And she's our age?
I say about 10 years younger maybe at the most. So she's about 16.
Like, insurance is not supposed to be that high for a woman. But go ahead.
But if you're a bad driver...
Right, got it.
Got tickets and all kinds of shit. So, this is what I told her. But, here's what she told me. And, and it doesn't make any sense to me. If you are financially... And black people, we're at the bottom of the economic totem pole. Even though we have the money. We're at the bottom. They keep us down financially. So she got in this accident, whatever, because she's a bad driver. But she needs a car to get to work.
Right.
I said, okay. But I said, if your insurance is $300 and your car note is $300 something, there's no way I would be getting a car. There's just no way. And then, if you have to have a car, why do you have to finance a car? Why can't you just get you a piece of car?
Like an auction.
Yeah, and then you can just get a liability insurance, and it's all good.
Well, I mean, depending on what she does, maybe she needs that car, a reliable car. We know sometimes the auction cars is kind of
But she hasn't got the money. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, what is it that you always say? You beg for what you need.
Buy what you want, beg for what you need.
Right, and you know, and that parable keeps coming up, and she has a daughter and like that. And I said, well, that doesn't make any sense that you put yourself in that kind of jeopardy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now her rent's due, and she goes, well, work is kind of slow or something like that, she was saying. And I said, what kind of work do you do? You know, she cleans houses.
Okay.
And I said, okay, I have a friend that, that does that from time to time and stuff like that. And she goes, yeah, with that you can't do it. So,
which she would need a car, the dependable car.
Yeah, to take her stuff like that. But I said, the car that she got, why do you have to get a high-end luxury, excuse me, luxury type car to do all that? Just get you a piece of car. If anything, you need a truck.
Right.
Get you a little Tundra or something like that. That's more, that's something, for if you use for your work. But she said, you got to have this car. I said, okay. I said, so you want to borrow this money. I said, now, if I was a bank, what you just told me would be a no, because you have more liability than you do credibility.
So, if you don't mind me asking, how did she find herself behind on a car note?
Business has been slow.
Because business is slow. So, I'm thinking she's significantly behind.
That's what I would say, because anybody that's working would have put some money away for
a
rainy
day. Well, and then usually the car, not that I've ever been in a situation, knock on wood, but usually the car, the company, whoever holds your title, whatever, give you 3 months before they're like,
right.
Or you go outside in your car, but they warn you. So that's what I'm saying. She's probably significantly behind.
And I don't know if she's significantly behind, whatever the deal is.
Or maybe she doesn't want to get there.
Right. And I understand that. But unfortunately, though, so I said, let me come out with some more stuff. Let me see what else do you have, overhead, whatever. What about your child support? Well, I don't use my child support for, I'm saving that for my daughter. I said, wait.
I'm about to take this microphone off and go home.
Yeah, look, I said this. I said, well, first of all, I commend you for doing that if you're in a position that you can do that. I said, because my son's mom did that, but she worked and whatever the deal is. But you're getting child support to support your child and keep a roof over your child's head and do what you got to do with the money for that and to transport your daughter to and from. The thing is, yes, you live with your daughter. You're the custodial parent. I understand. As a father, you're the one that's got to do it, so that's where the money goes.
Right.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Okay, can I just add?
Yes.
I just have a question. Why is your money good, but her baby daddy money ain't good? Why, like, you come, your baby daddy, she's saying he's giving her child support, but don't your daughter need a ride in that car? Can't you use some of the child? I mean, it's like I know you didn't call me talking about, well, I'm saving his money, but I need to borrow yours.
Right.
I'd have been like, I couldn't have hung up on her fast enough.
But what I'm saying is, okay, you're saving this money so your daughter can go trick it off later on in life? Or
she needs it now. She needs the money now. She doesn't need the money. The need is now.
So, thus, do you see the topic of my show?
What is
wrong with you?
Okay, but can I just ask this?
No, please.
Maybe I need to ask what's wrong with you.
Okay, go ahead.
Because, I don't know, I'm just asking the question because I'm so sure a lot of other people are. Why do these people keep coming to you with these outrageous requests?
Well, let's get into the Donovan syndrome, right?
I'm with it because I'm curious.
I mean, I'm a nice guy when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
And what it is, and here's what I think, and this is my scenario. I wasn't raised in the hood or the ghetto or not, thank God.
Okay.
Thank God. And when they see me, they see an L7, they think that I'm stupid.
You said an L7?
L7.
What was an L7?
L7, put L7 together.
A loser.
Square.
You learned something new. I think mine is more like got it. Okay.
It's a square.
I got you.
So if you're in the game, right, and you see a square, what did you say if a person is dumb?
They say, the old people say you see a fool bump, you see a fool bump his head.
Right.
So like
they, people see me and they say, "Oh, Donovan, he's doing okay. We know he's retired. He's a young retiree or whatever." And they think, "Well, I can get over it. Like he ain't with the streets."
Even if you ain't with the streets, at least lie. Don't tell me, well, listen, I'm saving my baby daddy money or my child support money for the future, but I need to borrow money from you right now.
Right, but the thing is, so she's telling me this, right? She's thinking she's giving me the sob story, whatever. And don't get me wrong, ladies, I'm not saying this. See, back in the day when you had feminine wilds and women knew how to be women, you could manipulate a man to give you what you want. I'm not saying you're out there tricking. That ain't what I'm saying.
Like, hey, how you doing?
Yes. Exactly. You play the role or whatever you're going to do.
Hey, you sure smell good today.
Thank you. You compliment them. You know what I mean?
Does it smell like money?
Right. But you know what I mean? I'm not saying... Am I wrong?
No, I'm with you.
You know what I mean? Back in the day, that's what they used to do. Like, okay, hey, Okay,
I'll tell y'all a secret.
Okay.
Because my mom, R.I.P., she was in sales for a very long time. She, and I tried to do it with her, the sales thing, and I just wasn't getting the hang of it. I was like, I can't do it.
Well, yeah, them sweats weren't working with you. You can't go to sales.
She says, next time, put your little red lipstick on, okay? Little red lipstick on, just not a lot, but a little bit of cleavage. And I mean, my mom would be.
Exactly.
She would be right. Yeah, okay, here, right? I mean, my mom was making bank.
Use what you got to get what you want.
And my sister said the same thing. She says, sometimes, because like she lives in the South and stuff, and she'll have older guys, fix her car or something, And I said, what did you do it? She says, oh, it's the red lipstick.
And them big full lips. Exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
But that is the power women have over men to influence men to do certain things, right?
Right.
And I'm looking at the girl, and I'm not saying that, but the thing is, I'm looking at her like, okay, you're a fairly young woman, you're an attractive woman, and everything like that. I'm thinking, okay, well, show me something. Show me, your womanly wilds. Well, no, but you know what I mean? Like, hey, don't call me on the phone and talk about, well, I need this, you should
come like, hey, nigga, I need some money.
No, she was like, hey, what are you doing? She's younger than us, so she's playing that younger game that doesn't get you nowhere. That doesn't get you nowhere, because if you really wanted to talk to me about borrowing money, women our age, back in our day, you would have met me at lunch. With the cleavage showing, saying, look, Donovan,
Right, like, you like my lipstick?
Right, you got the mini skirt on with no drawers, a swap meet dress.
Right, you got the
body
on.
Clinic. Right, you know what I mean?
Some sandalwood.
Give me something. So, I had to tell the girl, I said, look, based on all the stuff that you've told me, even if I was a bank, I would deny you a loan because you are so deep in the hole. Even if I gave you, it would be useless to give you this money now because you would be right back again next month. You're not getting out of
And you ain't going to try to give it back to me no time soon.
I'd be last in line to get my money back.
Right.
And so
that's when she'll be trying to wear the red lipstick. Oh, I ain't got it.
And by then it's really too late. And so that is why I keep saying, what is wrong with these girls? You're living these young people. You're living a lifestyle you can't sustain. Why do you got to get a Cadillac car to do your business?
Because they got one.
That doesn't make any sense.
Everybody else got one.
Right.
I can't be the one rolling around here in no Volkswagen.
Right.
You crazy.
Right. But, you're smoking $10 cigarette packs. But you need my money.
Well, I just think, too, with people like that, I mean, she's young, but she ain't that young. They just don't think people are going to take it to that degree because in her mind, she's probably like, why you all up in my business?
Exactly. But
I just asked you for some money. Why you got to know how come I'm in the...
That generation doesn't know what no means. Remember, hell no. But now these kids, they don't take no for an answer. It's like, oh, I'm going to get it regardless.
Yeah, I mean, because I was young once. Not too long ago. I was young.
I was in high school 7 years ago.
But even then, when I was young, I was never financially stupid. Because I would see, other girls back then, you 20-year girl. I would see them my age, and they would be having these high-end purses and big giant car notes they couldn't pay for. And some of them would have to rook dudes for the money. And I hate to use the word have to, but
Yeah.
That's what they felt like they needed to resort to is well, I'm gonna go, and sweet talk him. Some would even give him some, or allude to him that he was gonna get some to just pay the rent or buy food.
Right.
And so I would sit back and watch that. And a lot of times, some of my friends would tease me, "Oh, you never spend no money." I said, "No, it's not that I don't spend money. I have myself and a child to take care of, and I need to keep a roof over our head in the car that we do have, and we like to eat every once in a while. So those are the things that's important to me.
Right.
Not being out here in the club with y'all
Right.
every weekend, trying to get these dues and looking like I got something. I'm gonna take my ass back to my factory job because that's where we work, Frito-Lay.
Right.
They pay good money, but still.
Right. And another thing I found out in her living conditions, I'm thinking, well, how much rent do you have? She lives with her mother in a big house in Victorville where she has to pay half the rent. And I was like, well, why would you live with your mom paying half the rent and the mom doesn't work with the mom that does daycare for the day, which saves a lot of money, which is smart. And I'm just thinking like, you might as well just move out. And I said, so basically, what I'm saying is you and your mom are getting over, because if you're there paying half the rent and your mom doesn't work and she just takes care of the baby, if you weren't living there, your mother couldn't live there either.
Well, I just feel like this, though. I don't know if it's a matter of getting over, but maybe your mom was like, you a woman, you got a child, and you got a job. Even if I was able to pay all the rent, why should you stay up on me for free?
Right.
You was going to, like you said, to your point, if you was going to move somewhere else, you're going to have to pay rent. So why not pay something here? We should both be better off.
Right.
If you're paying some rent and I'm paying some rent.
Agreed. This is what's wrong with you. If mom is there and you're paying half the rent there, shouldn't you guys be ahead?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But again, and I hate to keep attributing things to demographics, but California, even in Victorville, used to be the cheapest real estate. But that's where a lot of retirees and different people are going.
All the Negroes from LA got pushed out there.
Yeah, and I actually read an article saying that a lot of people from LA are just leaving in droves.
Yeah,
they're leaving. And so it is hard times. It's expensive to live out here, and so. To your point, there's a lot of people who are having to live together. But to the other point, that we are living together, don't just be tricking off all your money.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, why is it that... So she bypassed her baby daddy, who allegedly is giving her child support, and then her mom, and God knows whoever else to come ask you for, what, $300? Or whatever she's asking for?
She didn't put enough. She was just saying.
To
because when she added up what was late, I was like, that's almost $1,700. And things that she needs in the next couple.
Damn, these motherfuckers is asking you for big ticket items.
That's what I'm saying.
You ain't asking me for 170, but 100,
And what kills me is when you ask them, well, what is it, and how'd you get this situation?
Oh yeah, I'm all up in your business.
They get offended.
Oh no.
They get offended.
No.
And it's like she was waiting for me to come up with an answer and just say, hey, oh yeah, here's 300. I was like, no. I said, I'm
all up in you. First of all, even if I was going to entertain giving you that money, I'm in your business, sister. Because I need to know what brings you to my doorstep. What are you doing? Because that also says, like you said to you, I'm not getting my money back. I'm going to be the last Negro standing waiting with my hand out for you to give me my money back. And you're going to have a whole bunch of excuses. Well, I had to pay my car again. And, my mom had to rent. All that. So, yeah, all I can do is give you some advice.
But she stayed on the phone, like, waiting for me to, like, okay, yeah, meet me over here at the ATM or I'll send this. And I was like, well.
She didn't ask you to cash app it to her?
Yeah. I was like, well, I hope you really come up with a solution.
Or you just left her hanging like...
Yeah, what else could I do?
Well, it's not your solution to come up with.
Because the thing is, she didn't come up with a solution for me. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's not your solution to come up with. I'm not asking you for the money. You asking me.
Right. All I'm saying is if I was a woman and the situation was reversed, I would use my feminine wiles to do what I got to do. I'm not saying I would be out there hooking or whatever, but, hey, is he kind of cute? Maybe, I might do something. But it goes, what's wrong with you? Because how did you get to this point? We're all the way up here. Now you're here. Where's your savings? Where's your this? Where's your that? I know things slow down. How many times on this show do I give advice about stocks that are out there?
Often.
And yet people will not go and get those stocks.
Well,
it's only like $16.
I used to be a financial planner, if you will, in the financial services industry. And as you're sitting down with the person, before you give them advice, you have to go into their lifestyle. You got to look at their budget and see what expenses they have and what they're actually spending money on. And so until you do that, it's hard to tell. And I know,
Mhm.
stocks is, optimal for a lot of people.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
But it's hard for a person to go get stocks and other investments if they can't, if they have a lot of bleeding going on as far
Sure.
as their finances.
Sure.
And so what's going to happen is she's got a $1,700 need somewhere.
Mhm.
Let's say she does go get stocks. What do you think she's going to do eventually?
Sell it.
Yeah, she's going to sell it. So
Mhm.
then she's going to have all the tax implications and all that other stuff coming at the end of the year. Because, so she needs to get a hold of why she's in that situation
Mhm.
first. Otherwise, she's just going to withdraw. And I mean, I used to sell life insurance to people, and I sometimes I wouldn't even write the policy because I see
Because
what you
you
got
know,
going on,
right.
and I get the charge back.
Right.
They take the money from me once
Right.
they pay me when you default on the policy.
Mhm, mhm.
So
Wow. So yeah. So and going to your original question, why do they keep thinking of me? What it is they think that I'm just like this L7 running around like, oh, I can just get over on him. Let me just you know what I mean?
right.
I don't know if I look that way or whatever.
No, because I've known you for a long time. I don't think it's that you look that way. I think you do have a really big heart, and you should have a really big heart. But they also say people with big hearts often get taken advantage of because you're if anybody's a gentleman, it's Donovan. I mean, I've been to the bar with Donovan, and he'll see ladies there. Like, I'm talking about old school. He'll see ladies there, and he'll say, tell the bartender on the slide, whatever they're having, I'm paying for it. Hey, I got their drinks or whatever the case
One
is.
round.
Okay. So I know that is your situation. Yeah. So most gentlemen, they don't like to see women, especially bad off in a hardship if you can help. But at some point in time, it does harden you a little bit because you're like, all these women that I've helped have not returned my money.
I'm gonna turn my money. They're sleeping with Ray Ray and Pookie.
Right. Oh, I'm saving my baby daddy, my child support money, but I won't show money. I mean, even with the bar scenario, the one time that I specifically remember, you bought the drinks. They didn't even come by and say thank you.
Yeah, they didn't come by and even say thank you. It was just
Yeah.
They're like,
And then
nigga, you lucky to buy me a drink.
And then he was like, and then they sit up with a dude, standing up talking to the dude, pants sagging, and their cups is empty.
Right.
And he won't even say, hey, let me get you, what you drinking?
No. And that's and see, and that's what's wrong with you. When I was
What's wrong with you?
when I was that dude that was like treating women like shit and just dogging them out, they loved me.
I don't know why that is.
I couldn't get enough of them.
Right.
But then when I said, you know what, this ain't right.
They do say though, women, like a man with a little thug in him.
I do got a little thug in me.
But I think they lie. I think they like a man with a more thug and less nice guy.
Right.
But like me, I can't say that I was attracted to a thug per se. I like a man who's a little bit on the assertive side, not like I'm a I got my backhand to you, but who can make decisions. So I like that. But
yeah, because that's like my ex, the girl that got me right. So that's the one that was in the video I showed you, LaDonna. Mm-hmm. She used to get moist when I got aggressive, or if I had to handle a situation and I had to inflect my voice and really. It got her. I mean, she just got hot.
But I think when you get older, comes in wisdom. Because as an older woman, gosh, that sounds bad when I say that. As a woman who's getting older, I'm 48. The nice guy is more attractive. Because when you're younger, you don't have an idea of what you're really asking for. Because usually that tough guy, that thug, as they would say, comes with a lot of nonsense.
Right.
That thug is rolling off in your car, and he's, ain't bringing no food, and he done lost his job for the 15th time that week, and, he's got a plethora of baby mamas, but he, the bed, and, and all that other stuff.
Right, y'all smoking together and shit,
all of that, y'all having a good time, but then when it comes to time to pay the rent, that thug is like, well,
and speaking of, when it's time to pay that rent, ladies, some of you guys might know what we're talking about. What's wrong with you? Okay, what's wrong with you? Have you noticed that when the first of the month is coming close by, that's when y'all get in arguments?
He's chunking up the deuces. I'll be back.
And then once the rent is paid, oh baby, I'm so sorry.
Daddy's home.
Yeah, right. So y'all better wake up. What's wrong with y'all? It's sad. It's just a sad situation. So I don't know why, it's been going like that, but I had to tell the young lady, obviously you didn't hear my last show. I said, I'm done at this point. I
She's
said,
probably like, well, forget you then now.
well, again, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying go out there and spread your legs or, do what you got to do, but like you said, you've got child support money. Yeah, okay, we understand what you would like to do, but you got to live right now, and I told her that. You got to live right now.
Old people say, you're not going to good time Charlie on your money and then come ask me for mine. Like my mom used to always say, your money is green just like mine.
Just like mine. And it has the same buying power.
Yeah.
Same buying power.
Right, you got money.
So I'm going to start doing these What's Wrong With You?
What's wrong with you?
episodes, Earlier today, me and Dee, I saw some videos and I transferred into digital. These are old videos when I was a younger man and, my niece and stuff like that. And you look at my niece when she was a baby and now she has a baby of her own. But unfortunately, with all the examples of what a real man is, she got her some nothing out of the street.
She got some thug loving.
Right, out of the street.
Let's see, what do you call them? Street urchins?
Street urchins. And if you don't know what an urchin is, jump into the ocean. It is that thing at the very bottom. It's a bottom feeder.
Damn.
It has the little prickles.
Yeah.
That's a street. That's an urchin. It's called a sea urchin. So you're at the very bottom, and they dwell at the deepest parts of the sea. So that's what she got her a urchin, and it's so sad because we invested so much to keep these girls out of, especially girls, out of danger and stuff for them to make the selections in men that they have. What a waste of time. What a waste of money, time, and energy.
Well, where do you think what went wrong?
What went wrong, in my opinion, is this. And I know it's not going to be popular, but this is my observation. When you let other people raise your children, that was the problem. And I don't mean family like an uncle or cousin.
Right.
I'm talking about other people that are not of your bloodline, of your community. You know what I mean?
I got it. So basically, let that white woman raise your kids?
No. Because remember, their mother was a white woman.
Oh, got it.
But my brother was in a relationship with another lady who's from another country who have a different mindset.
Got it.
And so when you give all the power to somebody else to raise your children, they're going to come to a different mindset. How do you go and visit the lady that raised you, and more power to her? Like I said, we're thankful for everything that my sister-in-law did. Whatever deals, which is great. However, why would you come all the way? Me and my sister-in-law live less than a mile from each other. Why would you come all the way and go over there and visit, but you won't visit your bloodline uncle, even if it's for only 5 minutes?
Right.
Because everybody in my family knows if I come to Old Roads, which is New Roads, I'm going to make an attempt in the time that I'm there to see all my uncles, and if I can't, hey, I was here, I tried, blah, 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 I'm gone.
Right.
And everybody knows that about me. Nobody in my family can say that Donovan doesn't, when he comes to town, he doesn't try to stop by.
He's a recluse.
Right.
Yeah.
I come by, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Hey, I just want to stop by, I'm in town, blah, blah, blah. I got to go,
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. And, and that's what I'm saying, those kind of values. And unfortunately, my nieces came up with the values of, we're going to grind your bones.
Well, damn.
Until there's nothing left. You only hear from them when they need something. And to me, that's not the way to conduct your life. I don't go to Demetra only when I need something, because eventually you're going to say, you know what? This nigga just keeps coming,
And I think just really, unfortunately, and this is no shade to anybody, I honestly think that is learned behavior. To need people, or to care about people, and it's fake, but care about people when you need something.
Right. Right.
And they probably watch other people do that instead of, like you said, I just want to come. I'm just coming over to visit Uncle. I'm just sitting here. I don't want, you ever get a phone call from people and you see their number come up and you're like,
yeah, I don't want to answer that. Yeah, I don't want to answer.
They're either gonna need some money, they're gonna want somebody to watch the kids, they're gonna need a ride. They're not
outside
gonna
of the show. Whenever Demetra calls, I'm like,
yeah, right. They're never gonna say, I just called to see how you're doing.
I just called.
Right, nah.
To say, I love you.
No. They never. I know people with my contact list. When I see their number, first thing comes to my mind.
Yeah.
What do they want?
Yeah, there's some drama going on.
What do you want? Right. It is never, I ain't talked to you in a while. Just want to care to see how you're doing. Hey, can I swing by, pick you up for lunch? Or I want to come by. Can I bring you something?
Right.
Mm-mm.
No, well, and the sad thing is with technology now, there's no excuse. You think you'll get to, hey, Uncle, how's it going? Just checking in.
Right.
I call my mom minimum once a week.
Right.
And here's another thing. I had a friend that recently lost her mother. The woman was an awesome woman. And like I said, I feel for everybody that loses their parent because I know what it is not to have a parent and stuff like that. I only have one parent left, my mother. And I look at a lot of my friends that have lost their loved ones, and I said, no matter how many times my mom gets on my nerves, and Lord knows my mom gets on my nerves,
Right.
and that's only because I'm just like her. You see what I'm saying? So
I understand.
I know it's not necessarily her. When
Mhm.
two people are exactly the same,
Right.
you're going to bump heads. You're going to see things different way. But the thing is, I cherish every week I hear from my mom.
Well, you're supposed to.
You know what I mean? I mean, because I know, we're only limited. I mean, God forbid, I've been on this earth almost 50 years now. That's a blessing within itself.
Oh, yeah.
My mom has been here with me. However, when I see my friends that have lost their mother, no shade to dad, I'm a dad, but our mother is our first teacher. Especially for boys, it's our first gal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Our mom is the one that teaches us how to treat a woman.
Right.
So if you got a thug and he's pushing you down the stairs,
Golly.
his mother has probably endorsed that because that's what she went through.
Damn.
So, what's wrong with you? So,
Pushing you down the stairs.
I love you, girl. Go get me some weed.
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, so what's wrong with you? What's wrong with these girls? But, seeing how painful it is to lose that mother,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm going to be doing backflips and jumping in the casket, but when that day does come, but my mom is so mean, I think she's going to outlive me and my brother.
That's usually the way it works, okay?
And then, she's not mean in the way of me. Put it like
She's
this.
so mean.
When I say mean, and those of you guys in the family, you guys know what I'm talking about. My mom is no nonsense.
Tough as nails.
My mom is the pillar of a rock, okay? If you're outside of the family, she's the nicest lady you would ever
Right.
meet. And the reason why mom is that, and she won't say this, but I happen to know my mom because I'm just like her. She's nice to other people outside of her children because she has no interest in you. She's not vested in you.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
vested.
Yeah. She's not vested in you
Mhm.
like that. But her own children, my mom is hollering and screaming, kicking and fussing and cussing the grandkids, the great grandkids. It's got to be this way, blah blah blah. So you got to know the difference. And so when I see you guys that have lost your mom, I'm waiting for the day that happens. I hope it's a long way off, but I cherish every day that I hear my mom. Even when I called her for Easter. I said, "What you doing, Mom?" "Nothing."
Shit.
"Where's the dog?" "Right here."
All right, just called to see how you was
Yeah. Are you going to go get something to eat? Anything? Maybe later. But see, she called me back that day, and what I didn't realize was it's around the time my grandmother died.
Got it.
So she was in a mood
Okay.
type situation.
Well, because she lost her mama,
Right.
and she's feeling a certain type of way.
Right. It's that time of the year, she gets to that.
Well, I would say this, since you brought up the subject, I have lost a mother, almost
Yes.
3 years this November.
I love you, Mama.
And I tell people this all the time. Like, I'm a gangster.
Right.
Okay? But ain't nothing like losing your mama. I don't care what nobody says, because I listen to you. And you might be telling the truth, but if God forbid something happens to your mom, you're going to be, she lived a good one. All right, let's go, y'all.
Yep.
You might be, but I'm here to tell you,
I know.
it's easier said than done. Because see, since I lost my mom, I've had those conversations with people who may not get along with their mom very well. Oh, my mom is. I said, you know what? Take it from me. You don't have to. I'm just saying, it's gonna come a day where you just long for one of those arguments,
Yes.
or long for one of those days, and your mama got on your last nerve. Are you gonna wish that you just one more time, and I will be good if she was just a, tell me what to do, even though I didn't want her to do it. I'm telling you. And so obviously the grieving process is different for everybody, and so to your point, you can lose a whole lot of people. But when you lose a mama, it's you cannot describe it. Now, obviously for me, it's been, almost 3 years, so I'm a little better.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'm a lot better.
A lot better.
Because for one, I understood and understand the process of death. It's a
and
circle
grieving,
of life
yeah.
and grieving. So I've been able to get a lot better with it. But there's times where I'm fine one moment. You know, Midnight Train to Georgia comes on, which was my mom's favorite song. And I'm leaving. My mama. You know, so, but it hits people differently. So that's why when I hear people taking death, especially if their mama one way or the other, I don't judge them. Because it's just, I mean, some people don't cry at all. You know? So it's just different for everybody. But I agree with you in that you should cherish your mama. And your daddy, like I said, ain't your daddy too. But you should cherish your mama for as long as she's here.
She's here, exactly.
Because you never want to live with that. I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda, and I just didn't tell her enough, and she should have known this, and she should. Like I don't do that to myself because I know that's gonna make me worse off. Oh my gosh, she just would have known, but. You know, I know she knows.
Right.
Because when I say she knows, I don't feel like she's gone forever. Physically, she's not. That's why I said I understand, you know, how death works. I know she's physically gone, like body-wise, but she's still here. So
Spirit,
all the
presence.
things that I would need her to know, she knows.
Right.
You know, but God forbid that happens.
Well, you know, and you know, like I said, I look at people and I learn and I say, wow, you know, that's got to, because my mom was my everything. When people say literally they're everything, my mom was my everything. When my dad was gone, that was it.
I mean, but
I've also learned to understand my mom. You know what I mean? And accept her for
I'm telling you,
who she is.
My mom was my everything too. You know, but like that's the person you've been with your whole entire existence, and even before you step foot on the planet. That you were connected to that person.
Always had my back.
And then when that person is no longer physically here, then you just are I understood the term motherless child. I honestly understood what that meant. Because, you know, you could call a lot of people, but that you might need to have that conversation. And you can have whatever that conversation you can have with a lot of people, but it ain't going to be the same.
Right.
Because it's that, unless you know, you're having that conversation with your mom.
Right. You know, and like I said, you know, you've met my mom, right?
Of course.
You know, and the funny thing is, like a lot of people that meet her, now not my friends, but like her people that you know her age, they're like, oh, your mom don't play. It's like no. My mom, you know, she's not mean, but she's not.
My mom was a disciplinarian.
Yes,
and that's what a lot of kids don't have nowadays.
Right. My mom, she isn't. She put expectations on me and my brother. She has expectations. I mean, this woman's going to be 69 years old this year in June, and she's going back to school. She's not going back in the workforce. You know, my mom is just, to understand her is just like, wow.
She's doing her thing. She's living her life, doing it on her terms.
And then when you look back on it, you know, I look back on it and I say, wow, you know, she's going back and finishing business. You know, she's not going in the workforce. You know, she has her thing. You know, like I said, we argue about things I do in the house and stuff. But here's the caveat of the whole thing. Like I said, when your mom passed, my mother-in-law passed, and my other friend's mom passed, and I see people just crying, just losing it. And I'm thinking, and it makes me wonder, what's wrong with you? But it made me wonder, what hell did you put your mom through, if that was the case, or how close were you? I mean, I wonder. And what I said for me and my mom was, that's why I talk to my mom at least once a week. I do not, when that day does come, I do not want to be one of those people that is like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't cherish this, I didn't cherish. When my mom goes, let's say she goes tomorrow, I can say, you know what, Mom told me what I needed to do. The insurance
I
stuff
don't
was
think
done.
that's really, I mean, that's probably some of it for some people. Oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Because I talk to my mom every day, sometimes a couple times a day. You know, I think for a lot of people, it's really just she's no longer here. For me to pick her, like my thing was when I was taking a long drive stuck in traffic, was to call my mom, and we would talk about everything. Somebody got on my nerves, whatever. We just talk about everything the whole way to and from. And so sometimes, even when I'm stuck in traffic, I can call my sister. I can call my brothers, but they ain't no fun. They just want to talk about, you know, technical stuff or whatever. You know, sometimes we can have those kind. But my sister's cool. My man is cool. My dad is, you know, he gonna get off into yeah. But I'm like, it ain't the same. I just want to talk to my mama, you know.
Well, here's the thing. A couple of weeks ago, we were about to go on air, and you got a message from your mom.
or I didn't get a message per se, but it's like she wanted to join the live conversation. I was like, all right, mama, come on with it.
Right,
you know, she probably was like going to say, you know what, you always this, that, the other. You better be careful out there.
But we get these little things that remind us.
Right. I'm reminded of my mom all the time. That's why I don't feel like, see, when you see that, like, when you see somebody going into the ground, that's why a lot of people take the death process hard. It's because they see that whole person, their spirit, energy, whatever, see them, that whole thing going 6 feet deep. Like, oh my gosh, my mom is down there, she can't breathe, they're putting dirt on my mom. But if you see that's just her body, that's her shell, everything else is still here, you're good.
Right, because you have some moms out there that have enabled little Ray Ray and Pookie and Neckbone, and once mom is gone, these are the kids that go in and out of jail, and who's there for them? Mama. Daddy ain't there.
Took mama through
Mama's
hell.
there, right.
Yeah.
Now mama's gone. What's going to happen to those boys?
What I was going to do now.
Right, what's going to happen to those boys? Because now, there ain't going to be nobody putting the house up for bail. Ain't nobody putting money on your books. You know what I mean? So,
right.
What's wrong with y'all? Cherish what you got. Live not everybody's going to be a millionaire. Not everybody's going to do this. Back to the original story of old girl. Why you need that kind of car? I mean, if you're paying that kind of money, you don't need that car. You might need to start taking the bus.
Well, yeah, just a lot of people just have their priorities twisted.
What's wrong with you?
Twisted, yeah. But I mean, just as a woman, I would have never called another man. And does she have a man?
I have no idea. And that crossed my mind too. It's like, what if this woman has a man and she's asking me for money? And then I would be wrong to ask her for some ass. You know what I mean? Out of respect.
$1,700 worth of ass. Girl.
Yeah, and look, and the way I look at it, that's over 2 years worth of work.
Golly. Is it the mummy thing?
No. I'm watching some movies real quick. I gotta show you some stuff.
I gotta brush up on some nasty stuff.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you better hit the gym with me because I want you stretching. It's just a sad, commentary, and I'm gonna start talking about that. What is wrong with you? We got to get back to living within our means. When wisdom speaks, start listening to it. We're trying to change the narrative. When I give stock tips, I don't care if you just buy one stock. Buy that one stock and put it, give it to your child, and keep it for your child.
Right.
So that we could start talking about ownership versus consumerism.
Right.
And that's what we got to do.
And that's probably her situation too. She's probably more of a consumer, out there.
And trust me, I would love to help her, but you know what? I can't do it. Because if I help you, that's money I'm not going to have when we go to Africa.
Well, Mother Teresa says the best way to help the poor is not to become one of them.
Not to become one of them.
And a lot of people get mad at that quote. Oh, that's mean. You guys, no. Read between the lines. She's saying, she said, because she's gone now. But if I keep helping you,
I'll be in.
we both gonna be poor. Because there's also that adage of, if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he eats for a lifetime. So I think that's kind of what she was saying. That, I'm a help. Helping is not necessarily, of course somebody's hungry, want to feed them, but helping is not necessarily putting a Band-Aid on it.
Right.
But giving money to a person who's obviously financially responsible is putting a Band-Aid on it instead of doing what you did and saying, okay, well, what seems to be the problem? What has you here asking me for $1,700?
Right. And that's just the opening.
Yeah, because maybe I can help you try to shift some things around, and maybe, like you said, you don't need the car and this, that, and the other. Try to figure out how you won't end up here next month.
Right.
But me giving you $1,700 is not going to help you.
Not at this point.
Yeah, I mean, because I just giving it to you, you didn't have to work for it or none of that.
So we're going to start doing segments like a What's Wrong With You, a lot of stuff going on. Next hour, what are we talking about?
Forgiveness.
I'm not forgiving no debt.
Of course, there's a little bit more to my topic, but forgiveness.
Okay, and that's going to be an interesting topic. I really want to listen to see what was going on with that. And for those of you guys that did not check out the Demetra K Show on Sunday, the video is up on YouTube. Please check it out.